Hello everyone. Today we are going to check how markets have performed in first quarter of 2023. Now here's the thing, of course I wouldn't be looking at all asset classes and all those markets because that would be simply enormous, but here I would like to see one simple thing. Whether there are some markets that have been produced any trends, no, correction, whether the major asset classes have produced any trends as my strategy and trend following has defined them. So let's see a couple of currency markets, commodity markets, stock indices, interest rates and crypto. So we would see a glance of all markets in slight overview. That would be the best approach, I think. Now let's start with currencies. Well, in euro against dollar there was nothing interesting, so I wouldn't look at it because there basically was nothing. But let's see one of my favorite markets, and this is euro against Australian dollar. And here we would see that choppy market in the early 2023 was corrected by some good uptrend here. So Australian dollar markets have held their ground and showed good trends. And in fact, well, due to the time limits we wouldn't be seeing this, but if you look at pound against Australian dollar and pound against New Zealand dollar, you would see that moves will be even better. So my favorite currency market continues to show spectacular trends for years. And next, let's see gold. Well, here's the thing, gold was into good trends since like 2022, so our statistics are a bit underrepresenting real performance because the good trend was already there in the monies and we won't be able to book it into this year. But here's the thing, yes, since end of last year there was one good uptrend in gold, and now it seems there will be another good uptrend in gold. And what's interesting, it produced stronger results actually than Bitcoin. For Bitcoin and crypto maximalists and fanatics, that's not particularly a good sign, but for me, I don't care. If markets trend, I trade them. If they don't trade, I don't care. Simple as that. So let's see it. S&P. Here's the thing about S&P. The markets are pretty bad. No, for context, this is 4-hour chart, so we don't see the longest trends because one quarter is too small for daily charts and things like that. But let's continue my idea and see that yes, stock market indices were not the best markets because in fact they actually have done nothing. We had banking crisis in the United States. We had collapse of Credit Suisse, which was one of the world's premier banks. We had like so many instabilities due to the Fed policies and whatnot, but markets actually have been doing nothing here. One might think that they have to make like huge swings, what they were in like early 2020, but nothing even close to that. They are just flat and that's it. Go figure. That are the nature of markets. But here's something more interesting. Let's go to fixed income and see that despite the trend of Fed that they will rise interest rates, the right interest rates have been falling since late of March when banking turmoil happened. So what would that mean for traders? Well, nothing particular because there were only couple of small trends which will basically paying for your losses and nothing more. And here let's see what the tape will show us, but that is actually somewhat surprising because in theory they have to go at least in tandem with long-term interest rates, but go figure. As a trader, I don't like to make explanations. I don't want to say that I'm smarter than markets and prove my point. I just simply look at trends and I see there is nothing interesting here because surprise, they're remarkably stable. And then lastly, let's go to Bitcoin. And Bitcoin actually, if Bitcoin was one of the worst markets in the last year, because like from July, no, not in last year, but in second half of last year, crypto markets were like the worst performing markets because they didn't do any trends at all. Like here is June, here is this January 23, markets were flat. So Bitcoin was now able to make amends for its bad performance and actually made one and two decent uptrends. So this is probably the best performing market. Still, this is nothing in comparison to what Bitcoin is actually capable of trending, but as you see, markets are constantly showing things which are not unexpected, but something which you wouldn't expect if you think as everyone else. Everybody thinks that Bitcoin has to make huge moves. It stays flat. No one does nothing about gold, but gold is rising nicely. And that's the thing about markets. That's how markets operate, and you simply here has to be with open mindset to see unexpected and to wait for something that you simply don't know. But nevertheless, let's end my philosophy here and make some conclusions. Markets have been remarkably stable despite the fundamental background, but nevertheless they have produced not best, but rather decent trends, which puts you ahead if you are using risk management correctly. Because yes, these kind of choppy markets here would bring you some losses, but these trends will pay for these losses, so as it worked always. But if you are trading more markets, you will see that those small losses are simply paid for and there is no reason to worry. And yes, we didn't had such enormous moves as we had in last half of 2022, when for instance treasuries were rising, crypto was collapsing in early 22 and whatnot. But still, that's how the markets work. It's relatively stable period, but there are some trades which could make you small profits and keep you ahead, and then there will be large trends somewhere at some time which will make you a fortune. This is how every long-term strategy should work, and this is how it exactly works. If you see that there is nothing here, there are trends in other markets, as I just told you, like here and here, and in gold and in Bitcoin, which pays you for your losses. But then we will see huge trends in all markets that will bring us those returns we want. This is how it works. Here the key is with discipline and mindset. So with that said, let's see what next quarter will bring us. We'll wait out every forecasting opportunity and just say that we are humble, we are open-minded, and that's our focus. So thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned. Let's look at markets with open eye and open mind. Bye.